a small act of kindness. One day, the morning sun peeked through the thick canopy of trees lining the quiet neighborhood street, birds chirped, and the distant hum of a city waking up filled the air. On this ordinary morning, a small act of kindness was about to change lives in ways no one could have imagined. Mrs. Thompson, an elderly woman who had lived in the neighborhood for decades, struggled with her grocery bags as she walked home from the corner store. Her frail hands trembled under the weight, and each step felt heavier than the last. Just as she was about to give up and rest on the sidewalk, a young boy named Sam noticed her from across the street. Sam, a 12-year-old with an ever-curious mind, was on his way to school when he saw her distress. Without hesitation, he ran across the road and offered to carry her bags. Mrs. Thompson smiled warmly at him, gratitude evident in her wrinkled eyes. "Thank you, dear. These bags feel heavier every week," she said, her voice filled with appreciation. Sam, eager to help, responded cheerfully, "It's no problem at all, Mom. My mom always says we should help people whenever we can." As they walked together, Mrs. Thompson shared stories from her past too of a time when the neighborhood was different, when children played outside until dusk and doors were left unlocked. Sam listened intently, fascinated by the history she had lived through. By the time they reached her small house at the end of the street, an unexpected friendship had begun. Days passed, and Sam often visited Mrs. Thompson after school. He would help her water her plants, bring her mail, and sometimes just sit and chat over cookies and milk. In return, she shared tales from her youth, teaching him life lessons he would carry forever. Their bond grew, and the small act of kindness that had brought them together continued to ripple outward. One evening, Sam's mother, curious about her son's newfound friendship, decided to accompany him. She had always known all about Mrs. Thompson but had never truly spoken to her. As they sat together on the cozy front porch, she realized how lonely the elderly woman had been. That night, she spoke to her neighbors, suggesting they all make an effort to check in on Mrs. Thompson and others who might need a little company or assistance. Word spread quickly, and soon, the entire neighborhood became more connected. People who had once been strangers started greeting each other, lending a hand when needed, and looking out for one another. The small community, which had grown distant over the years, began to feel like a family again. Mrs. Thompson, once isolated in her home, now had visitors almost every day. Children stopped by to listen to her stories, neighbors offered to pick up groceries for her, and she even started baking cookies for the local book club that now met at her house. The kindness that had started with a simple act had transformed not just one life, but many. Months later, as winter arrived and the first snowfall blanketed the streets, Sam knocked on Mrs. Thompson's door with a small gift, to a scarf he had bought with his saved-up pocket money. "To keep you warm," he said shyly, handing it to her. Tears welled up in her eyes as she accepted the gift. "Thank you, Sam. You have no idea how much your kindness means to me," she whispered. That night, as Sam walked home with his mother, he realized something important. A kindness had a way of spreading, like the warmth of a fire in the cold. One small act could spark something bigger, something beautiful. As the neighborhood lights twinkled against the snow-covered ground, it was clear that this little corner of the world had been changed forever, all because a boy had chosen to help an elderly woman with her groceries.